Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate. When last we left off, we had just slain all who dared to oppose us, just north of the lighthouse,
What you want?
and then found that there was water between us and the lighthouse.
I've done had
So no
enough.
dice.
So today, still the same day actually, we want to get here, but we can't get here from either here or here. We have to go through here. Now, the issue with this location is that there's an optional enemy there that is not optional for me because I don't think that it is optional. Well, okay, so here's the dilemma. Like, one of the things that is okay. All changes have been saved. Reload. Okay. Now, one of the things that's interesting about this is that basically, this place I don't need to do. Well, I need to do the place, but there's an enemy there who spawning it doesn't make that much sense for Aldrea, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it kind of does, but it's basically, it's a strong enough enemy that I want to fight it. I don't think that it's fair to skip that enemy, even though it doesn't really make that much sense to fight it necessarily from a roleplay standpoint. Maybe I should just skip it actually. Huh. You know, it hadn't occurred to me because I'm thinking, like, from a roleplay standpoint, it doesn't make that much sense for me to fight it. Certain characters it does make sense to fight it. Certain other characters it doesn't. And you know, I'm actually up in the air. I'm not sure whether Aldrea would fight that thing or not. And since I'm not sure, I'm going to err on the side of caution and say we're going to do it. But we can't do it yet because it's just way too powerful to fight with the resources that we have at our disposal. I know the exact strategy that I'm going to use to fight it, but I don't have the material components I need to accomplish that. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to head to... Ah, yes. I'm going to head back to Baragos. From Baragos, I'm going to head to the Friendly Arm Inn. From the Friendly Arm Inn, I'm going to explore this area. And then I'm going to just head to the Larswood. Now, the key is that I'm going to be able to turn in a bunch of quests, which I haven't done for a very long time. And in addition to that, I have a party member, Kevon, who is in need of... He has a quest that he wants me to do, so he wants me to find this bandit camp. I want to find the bandit camp. It honestly doesn't make too much sense to go wandering around back down south again. I don't think that there's any coherent reason for me to be doing that. So I'm not going to. Instead, we're going to head to Baragos. We're going to turn in the quests that we have there. We should be able to turn in the quests that involve killing the ogres. We should be able to turn in Purdue's sword. Assuming Purdue is here somewhere. Let's see. I'm very glad, by the way, that the quest log is no longer a pull-up menu that pauses the game, because it allows you to be wandering from one point to the next while still doing this. So let's go back to chapter 2. That's not what we need. Ghost Cloak. So Purdue is... Interestingly enough, I don't actually know where Purdue is. I would guess that he's here in Baragos. I don't think he's in Friendly Arm. I think he's back here. So I think that's the other guy. So there's Bjornen. Bjornen is who I'm looking for. For some reason he looked like a halfling to me. Bjornen, sup?
Yes?
So have you tested your steel against those?
The Vigilant One knows of all your sins.
That wasn't those. Okay. So that's Gurk. Okay, so where... The guy with the boots was in the other place.
gone.
Do I not have any quests to turn in here now? I had assumed that that was... I don't think he's in Feldepost. He could be in the Red Chief. Because I know that the other guy's in here, so I'm pretty sure that Purdue isn't in here. So we'll check this one for Purdue. And we have a few quests to do and complete in the Friendly Armin. So we have someone's ring to get. I'm actually... Why do I only have 5 party members here? Imoen, seriously?
I'm gone.
What do you need? You want it? You
Oh, I guess I
What you
actually
want?
do need her here.
This way.
Purdue, there you are.
I'm
What's up, man? You got your sword.
We got things.
Figured maybe you didn't buy by now. I hope you ran him through once or twice to get it, at least. Now take your 50 gold and be gone.
Fair enough.
And 500
I'm
experience.
I'm gone.
Okay, so we're done with that. So now we're just going to pop on north, head to the Friendly Armin. We're going to have a very easy time at the Friendly Armin. We have Kagain. We have Kagan. And I'm thinking that I might actually need... I don't know if any of the quests that I have increase my reputation, but if any of them do, I'm actually going to need to pick up another party member. But I can do that here, or alternatively, I could do that in the other place. So first things first, let's explore the exterior. Now, for those of you who either skipped through or have forgotten, or are just sort of picking up the live stream later, this is an area that I have been to, and the reason that I haven't fully explored it is that I came here before they fixed the bug with saving, basically, and I thought that I had figured out a way to bypass the bug, but I had not. So I ended up bugging out the creatures out here, and so I ended up with the weaker versions of them. So rather than fight the weaker versions of the hobgoblins, I opted to not complete this area at all. So we came in here, we did a couple of things, but we didn't actually fight all of the creatures here, and that's the only reason that we did not complete this. I'm very serious about, if I go into an area, I'm completing it. Now, there have been a couple of times where I'm like, I'm not killing a dozen skeletons that are just random encounters because it's just going to be too time consuming. There have been a couple of times that I've skipped little trivial encounters like that. I am not going to be skipping any major content. So one of the things that you guys might have noticed is that I started an area, and when I couldn't complete the area, when I realized that there was just no way I was going to finish it, rather than leave, I actually loaded a save prior to me going there. Oh yeah, these guys are annoying assholes, I forgot. No. On the plus side, they're slow annoying assholes, so... We do need to be at range, even with Aldrea, because they do just randomly swap targets. Oh shit, I didn't actually block him off.
I'm gone. Tempest, give us victory!
So Kagan took 6 points of damage, not too big a deal.
What you want?
Now the disadvantage of my current positioning is that I don't have a good body blocking position. Whoopsies, I shouldn't have attacked immediately. I should have. Okay.
Yep.
Fortunately. While I can just completely body block him, if I do so, it's going to be preventing Kagan himself from attacking, and Kagan does a pretty good amount of damage, so I don't think it's worth it. By the way, taking a drink, very dangerous, because I can't pause if I'm taking a drink. So let's see, we are going to go ahead and save. Oh, it's so nice to be able to save. I'm so glad that I can save now. Oh, life is good. Okay, so Kagan took 6 damage there.
I'm gone.
Nothing too major, and we can just pop up to the north side and unlock the thing that's up here. Now, I might actually want to go over there. I'm
This way.
seriously thinking about it. I'm contemplating going to that area next, but probably not. I think I want to go there when I'm going to Baldur's Gate, but we'll just have to see. Okay, so
What you want? This way.
pull everyone back. I should have just let this thing approach me. It was very silly to do it this way because now I have three hobgoblins on me. I think this thing is stuck now, actually. So this is a good place for it to be because if it decides to switch targets, it will be trapped between its friends, I think. And it did not decide to switch targets. The other thing that was nice, but was unexpected and very surprising, is that his friend got trapped behind him. Now, this is also good positioning, because what happens here is, if this guy wants to approach the party, he's going to either have to go around the back here, or he's going to have to go all the way around this side of Kagan. If he's going around this side of Kagan, I can do a body block, and the body block will actually have him... It's pushing him further and further away from my party, as opposed to getting closer. So he's not actually making any progress when he's trying to get to the party. Now that there's just... Okay, my wife is sending him... Okay, that's just a text message. My wife just sent me a text message. And let's see. We took a bit of damage on Kagan. And we are set. So, there is a quest item here on one of these hobgoblins. There was a person that asked for us to return their ring. And again, we would have done this earlier, but all of the hobgoblins were bugged and didn't have their bonus HP. And I just was not willing to fight against normal hobgoblins. Because it doesn't give a huge amount of experience, but I think it detracts overall from the run to do that. I think that it would be more of a detraction to have done an easy, friendly arm in than it is to do the friendly arm in later.
Yep, I'm gone.
Okay, so rather than pull the entire swarm,
I've done had enough.
I say, and then accidentally pull the swarm, basically.
You're
Okay, we are going to just start shooting this thing. So as soon as that thing starts turning on someone else, I'm going to want to start body blocking it. Which should be relatively easy, because this is a very slow creature, so body blocking will be very effective. Okay, easy peasy. Easy peasy, kind of cheesy. Well, no, I mean, I didn't actually do anything terribly cheesy.
what you want?
Okay, we'll just fight this here. Herp-a-derp. The body blocking is real. So he's below half-life. There we go. Okay, just give me 1 second to check my messages.
Yep, I'm gone.
I save the game. I say give me a second to check my messages, but I really just need to grab my phone. I can check my messages the next time I'm in combat. Which won't be dangerous at all with hobgoblins who randomly switch targets. I am proud to stand amongst some strong warriors. She sounds like Tusk. I've never known a Swede to actually talk like that. Okay, so she was just giving me a thumbs up about something that I had mentioned earlier. So we are done. So we finished the friendly Armin area. Now all we have to do is turn in our quests. We have, I think... We have one to turn in over here somewhere, right here.
This way.
And then in addition to this one... Sorry if that was loud when I hit the thing. So we have this quest to turn in, and then we have the quests to turn in... delicious Mountain Dew. This is not who I'm looking for. Okay, so I came to the wrong house.
I'm gone.
Let's go to this house. Maybe. I seem to be having difficulty with clicking. There we go.
This way.
So here's Joya. I'm going to give her ring. Sure, certainly. Speak your mind. I will help you. I should have probably read that. Hey there, you're new here, aren't you? Could I trouble you a moment? Ooh, such manners. Well, I need a gruff hand for this task, so keep your please and thank yous garbage for the nobles. I was robbed blind by some hobgoblins within sight of this very end's walls, and I need you to return the favor. They took my ring, and that's all I want back. Will you do it? Sure. I thank you. The creatures were just north of the inn. I swear, I could almost see them from the upper rooms. Bring me my ring back when you see it. You'll know it when you see it. It's a flame dance ring and very striking. Okay. Well,
Yes?
I thank you. The ring was a gift when I set out on my own. Couldn't bear the thought of some smelly old hobgoblin having. You're a good sort, and I'll say it to anyone who asks. That is dangerous.
Save the day.
That is very
I'm
dangerous.
gone.
My reputation is now 18. 1 second. I'm going to check what reputation is actually dangerous. So, reputation. I don't remember. I think it's 19 that they will leave. Okay. The moment you have 19 or more, and any amount of experience is received. Alright. Sounds good.
That was a noble deed.
So, Kagan is going to be even more annoyed. But that's okay. He's not going to be annoyed enough to leave, and that's the important thing. As long as I don't get another source of reputation during doing another one of these quests. And I don't think that I will get reputation for any of these, so we should be okay. So we're popping upstairs,
I'm gone.
and we're popping upstairs. Dun, 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 dun,
This
dun.
way.
And here's Landrin. Let's give her a chat.
A stout hammer will fix most any bandit.
Is that supposed to be a woman, or is that a man? Ah, I'm so glad I can move home again. Bentley is a kind man, but it's always best not to push favors too far. Here's 120 gold pieces for your trouble. Actually, I should speak like the voice says. I'll just take these old boots from ya. If you have any other possessions, come talk to me again. Maybe she just smokes.
You cannot get better than the stability stone walls provide.
Ah, I see you have the largest of the pesky spiders in my house. With this one dead, I'm sure the others will run away. You're too kind to an old gnome like myself. Thank you much. If you have any other possessions, come talk to me again.
A stout hammer will fix most
You've done everything that I asked. Thank you kindly for helping me, dear. You burned every copper. Woo! Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
I'm getting a little sleepy.
So, all set there. We have gained 800 experience.
I've done had
Not too
enough.
shabby. And Aldrea has leveled up, so she is now going to be a level 3 cleric. She gets access to second level spells, which is amazing. And she gets 3 casts, which is also good. So, we have access to Chant. We're gonna get Chant, because Chant is actually... You know, maybe we will be able to do this. Maybe we'll be able to get our AC to a level that we need it to. So Chant gives a +1 to all of my stuff. The enemies get a -1 to all their stuff. So we'll see. With this, you can raise all of your stats by 1, but that's not terribly useful. Spirit Hammer is really quite terrible. Slow Poison is very good, and we don't have Dinah here anymore. Silence 15-foot radius is actually critical. Silence 15-foot radius is actually a really critical spell to have. I'm going to pick this up. And, whoops. I don't want 2 copies of this. I think I'm going to get 1 copy of Hold Person. Now, the key here is that the silence spell will completely negate a spellcaster, and the -5 to save is actually really big. In addition, if I'm fighting a singular, really powerful spellcaster, what I can do is I can actually doom them first. And if I doom them first, they have a -7 penalty to their saving throw versus spell, which will basically just negate the bonus that they get for being on Legacy of Baal. Even if it even does that, I don't actually know. So she has access to another spell of this level. I'm going to go ahead and pop this one in. She has access to another spell of this level as well. I think I want her to have a Chant as well. I don't think they're going to stack with each other, but Chant is a very good spell to have access to, I think. Just because of the fact that it gives a -1 penalty to the enemy's attacks. Now, I am getting a second Doom, which I don't think is probably what I want. I'm going to get Protection from Evil instead. Now, the reason I'm getting Protection from Evil instead is that this will give me two castings of that, and that should be pretty helpful. So
You're a queer fellow.
we can negate magic missiles now. We're getting a lot of things that we can sort of stack together for good effect. So right now, we have Doom, we have Protection from Evil, and we have Chant. If we stack those 3 things on a single, like, enemy, well, I mean, the Protection from Evil you don't actually cast on the enemy, but you get the idea. If the enemy is evil, we can get a total of a -5 to their chance to hit. Which doesn't negate the bonus, I don't think, that they get for this difficulty setting. But it is going to go a long way toward keeping me alive. Bucky's Buckler is ridiculously cheap. So we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up. Sorry. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'll shut up. Okay, so we do need to take a nap. And I want to just make sure that all of my spells are in order first. You do not have priest spells, right? Okay, so she has access to Protection from Petrification. She has 2 Identify spells. And I'm actually going to remove Protection from Petrification because I know that she's not going to need it in this next rest. We're not going somewhere that's going to have basilisks. So we are going to... I really wish that Spirit Hammer wasn't so crappy. But oh well, it's fine. Let's see. We got command. Faith. Do I need anything else for her level 1 spells other than commands? I think I'm actually gonna... No, because she already has some Cure Light Wounds. So she doesn't need that functionality. I don't think I'd need someone else with Doom. I just don't think that it's the kind of spell that I need multiple castings of. Because I should only be fighting one really big creature that I need it for at any given time. Bless isn't terrible, but it's not very good. Let's see. It's certainly no chant. So I'm hoping that I can get Prayer soon, and Prayer will give another stacking accuracy debuff to the enemy, and that I can just keep accumulating those kinds of things. Because usually you don't need them,
Yep.
really, for your tank to be able to pretty much just tank everything, but in this it's going to be pretty difficult without it. So what we're doing now is we are picking up a bunch of arrows.
I'm gone.
We're going to pick up 7 arrows. Anything else that I want to... I don't think so. Okay, we're going to take a nap. Okay, so everyone is in pretty good shape now, and Aldrea is very, very high right now. So we are going to go ahead and identify this, because this is going to be incredibly important. So this is a thing that doubles the number of first level spells you have at your disposal. By giving this to Nira, she can now cast a boatload of spells per day. All of those spells are going to be identify item, because we have so many items that we need to identify, and it's just going to be critically important. So this item is not absolutely critical right now. This is what? This isn't critical, this is. This weapon needs to be identified because right now we don't have a weapon for Branwyn. So let's identify this. Lady Ashadina was a remarkable strategist who honed her skills against the orc armies in the Year of the Black Horde. She met Durgal Wiltoon, the warrior who wielded this weapon, when he foiled an ambush led by the great orc of Varstock, and soon made him her field captain. After serving at each other's side for the entirety of the war, they fell in love and eventually married. Historians report that Durgat named his warhammer after his bride to remind himself of the love he fought to protect. What Lady Ashadina thought of this is unknown. So this does 1d4 plus 3 damage, because it's a plus 2 thing, and in addition it does an extra point of electrical damage. So that's useful in multiple ways. The first and most obvious way is that it does extra damage. But the secondary important thing is that if somebody has, say, stone skins up, the physical damage will be negated, but the electrical damage will still go through. So you can interrupt spellcasters with that. Anything else that is critical for me to identify? No. I have one identify left. I don't want to waste it on something that doesn't absolutely need to be identified at this very second, so I'm not going to. Instead, we're going to dump this on him. This puts him up to 21 Constitution, and that gives him a little bit of extra HP, but it also doubles his regeneration rate. So that's actually very powerful to be putting on him. So, I mean, his regen rate is very slow, so it's not that massive, but as you've seen, it's a meaningful amount of regen. Let's see. Do we have enough arrows to get us through? I don't think we do. I think we need to sell something. Oh, we have a bunch of necklaces here to sell. Okay, we're fine. Okay, so who was that? Kagain? Ooh, yeah, and he has this lol gem. And I know it's an isle gem, not a lol gem, but lol gem just sounds funny to me. So we're just gonna sell all this crap. I don't know why we have a non-magical battle axe in our inventory. And we're gonna fill up on arrows. Okay, we can't why I thought that I couldn't find anything. And let's see. I'm gonna fill her inventory. There we go. So, 50% magic resistance. That's interesting.
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to pop out this way. And we're completely done with the friendly arm-in for now.
I'm gone.
Okay, and Dorn is
I'm
here.
gone.
Good. We're not going to pick up Dorn yet. And we're not going to pick up Rasad yet. Those two characters we're going to be picking up eventually. But we need to finish Kivan's quest before we get rid of him. Also, Kivan right now is kind of one of my MVPs. He's really important to have in my party right now. So we currently have 2 permanent party members who we're definitely keeping for the remainder of the game. Those party members are Nira and Imoen. We're keeping them for the rest of the game, no questions asked. Branwen right now is too important to get rid of. We cannot get rid of her because she's just too critical. Kagan, same thing. His regen is critically important for me right now. There's no way I can justify getting rid of him yet. And Kivan I just can't get rid of for quest reasons, which means that basically I have 5 people that I have to keep, and I have 1 party member who I need to complete a quest for before we do anything. So we can go either to Peldvale or to Larswood. I'm going to go to Larswood because Larswood is a place that does not have any party members that I can pick up, I don't think. So before I travel there, I'm going to do a hard save, so friendly arm again. This is so weird. I never make a boatload of save points like this. It's something that I'm doing pretty much exclusively for this stream. Okay, so this is a problem. We've got a bunch of these dogs, and we need to pull the party away in such a way. Who is... So, Imoen and Nira. So, Nira's gonna go... Well, I guess I can't do it that way. So, Imoen is going to go back.
Tell me, you want it?
So one's attacking Aldrea, one is attacking
What is it this time?
I'll
do it.
Imoen,
Yep,
and the other 2 are attacking the right target.
Give it to me straight.
So we're going to give her a melee weapon.
You rang?
And I think he can equip Bucky's Buckler and not have a problem. We are going to move her over here. That should work. These 2 should be able to go after this thing now.
Tell me, you want it? You got it.
Okay, so she's fine. We don't need to worry about her. Everyone else just needs to go about their business. And the nice thing is that Kagan should be pretty much set once this happens. Now, the dogs, I think, are pretty
What do you need?
solid. I don't think that they're going to... Whoops. I tried to deselect her by right-clicking. That doesn't work in this game. That is not a valid control in this. So we're basically attacking in melee range because we will deal more DPS that way, and because we shouldn't have any issues with these things swapping targets. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take to travel to where we're going from here. But any time that we spend traveling is time that Kagan is regenerating. And he's going to be regenerating pretty fast now. Well, pretty fast. He's going to be regenerating quite slowly, but not quite as slowly. And god damn it. She walked in between Kagan and the wolf. Or, sorry, the dog. I should have manually controlled her because that was a completely expected result. So Kagan's taken 17 damage so far. I think he's going to be at full life when we get where we're going. Kevon just crit for 20 damage. That man and his composite bow, man. Out of control. So Larswood is 8 hours away. That 8 hours was enough to completely heal Kagan. So regen is really good. It's just a matter of... Oh, goddammit, this is a bandit.
I'm gone.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna pull this guy if we can. It looks like we can.
What you want?
So what I'm hoping is that I can pull him far enough that whatever allies he has over there won't aggro when I move into melee range. I think I might be able to do it
Yep,
from
I
here.
care not.
We'll just have to see, and it looks like yes. So we can fight him from here,
Tell me you want it?
and we aren't going to attack him until he swaps his weapon. He is not swapping. Okay, well that was... The fact that he didn't... the concern is that sometimes they behave a little weird when they swap weapons.
Don't worry about me.
All right.
So, I don't want them to swap over and start beating on Branwen, for instance, who has no AC at all. So all we're doing
I'm gone.
is pulling back until this guy is standing where his friend was. And there we go. That's close enough.
What you want? I'm gone.
And so now we just charge him.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Okay, he swapped to a melee weapon immediately. But he should go down pretty easily. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a bit, because we don't actually need to be zoomed that far out, guys. It's just a habit of mine to basically have the camera always zoomed out as far as humanly possible. And I know it doesn't make for the best viewing quality, so I apologize for that. Let's see... guess we'll just put it up here. I don't know why it didn't occur to me until just then. That was an option. Okay. So let's see how many more of these there are. That was a pretty small pack. Okay. Just a pack of 2. So there's another pack of bandits over here, but they are not hostile. Now, that bandit pack is going to be the last thing that I deal with here, because that bandit pack will involve
Yep,
teleporting
I've
from one
done
place
had
to
enough
another.
of this.
That is another bandit.
Why me?
I care this way.
But I...
You are not
All
Kagan.
right.
Your name starts with a K, but not the same K. Alright. He's not following. Shit. So he's behaving differently than the other ones were. And he was a what the hell? Come on, man. Like...
I'm gone.
Wait, what? Why is the dog doing weird stuff? That's a melee. Okay, so
What
this
you
dog is going to be reasonably easy to take down, I think. Whoa, no.
Tell me.
Unacceptable.
Bye bye, Baltur's mighty blade.
Give it to you. Want it?
By Valkur's mighty blade.
Victory!
Now, Valkur is an interesting name because
What do you want it? You've got it.
I keep getting Aldrea too close to this guy. You know what? You take a couple steps closer to this guy so
Give
that
it to me straight.
I don't have to worry about that anymore. The enemies tend to attack the closest target. If something else gets closer, they will often switch. So the problem is that Aldrea is just getting too close to
What,
this
you don't
thing
worry about me.
for unknown reasons.
Sure.
That's an expected behavior and not like the dog having some sort of weird special AI. It's not behaving like a hobgoblin or something. It's just behaving like a normal creature.
Tell me you want it. You've got it.
That is normal AI. Okay, so this thing is heading to the right side of its ally, so we're going to go ahead and pop over to this side. That's why I was holding them back, of course. Okay, that was strange. So maybe this is acting a little odd. So we're gonna put Kagan as close as humanly possible. And we're going to keep a close eye on who this guy is looking at. Because if it attacks Branwen, she's going to very quickly start taking damage. She's not actually wearing armor at all right now. So, still attacking Kagan. There we go. By Valkur's mighty blade. It's kind of funny, actually, that the only person who's taken any damage is not the tank.
I've done had enough of this. Yep.
There we go. So north of here is just more Peltvale.
I've done had enough of this.
Okay, so this bandit is still here, unless this is a different bandit. And he's not approaching. I'm actually going to approach him, because I want to see if he's alone. It looks like he's alone, I'm just charging him. And I think he's... yeah, he's swapped to melee. We need to move her, because otherwise she's going to push Branwen. And I guess it didn't change anything. What is he? Oh, he's doing a ranged behavior. He's trying to get into range. Poor Branwen. Do I have no armor for you? Your wife is so hard. Okay, well. Branwen keeps taking unnecessary damage, but aside from that, things are going extremely smoothly.
Yep. I'm gone.
Okay, so
Alright.
once we get a boatload of money that we don't have, we're going to need like 6,000 gold. But once we get about 6,000 gold, we will be able to pick up our full plate armor. Once we have full plate armor, we'll have 2 characters that have basically full plate. And that should be very helpful because we'll have 2 people in melee who are just extraordinarily tanky. The other person can wear normal plate armor, and that'll be, you know, all well and good. We got another bandit here. It looks like he's alone, so I'm just going to charge him. I actually am going to have her stick to ranged for now. Unfortunately, I did just aggro another one. On the plus side, he should be attacking Kagan. On the unfortunate side, he did just crit. Like a loser.
Yep.
No, 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 no. On the plus side, it'll be almost impossible to miss any of our melee attacks because he's
Tell me.
chunky.
Want it? You've got it.
But as long as he's using a bow in melee range, it's going to be very easy to get hits off on him. So we've already got that. Tried to put that in my quick slot. Well, I didn't try, but I
Fair enough.
was thinking about putting that in my quick slot. Because you can stick a sword in your quick use slot, why not? You can use a sword like a wand. They're basically the same thing. Okay, I think there's some really nasty group that I'm going to have to deal with here.
What you want? I've done had enough of this. Yep. I've
Okay,
done
let's
had
pop
enough of
our
this.
smooth talker.
It would be good for you to watch your actions while in this wood.
I'm gonna pull back.
I care not. Huh, you're a quit this way.
So, arrogant fools! You return to the very slaughter for which you're responsible. Your blood will soak the ground before I allow any of you to leave. I will avenge the deaths of my brothers. are you talking about? We didn't kill anyone. You think your excuses will work on me? I know what you are, what all of you are. Let the wrath of Malar destroy you and your faithless companions. Okay, so...
What you want? I'm gone.
Hi, buddy.
Why me?
Yep.
Give it, you want it?
Okay, so we're gonna have two bears. They're cave bears. They're attacking Imlin? Oh shit, Imlin's gonna be deep shit here. Oh shit, I can't go that way! Who's that? Oh, that guy is so screwed.
What do you need?
What did that just hit on? 19. This thing's doing what type of damage? Crushing damage. Interesting. So that's... Why would a bear do crushing damage? That doesn't make any sense. When a bear mauls you, I mean, they do have claws. Thing will tear your face off. We're going to go ahead and equip this, but we are going to try to get this thing on our actual tank. We're gonna fail, apparently.
I've done had
Hi,
enough
buddy.
of this.
What do you don't worry about me?
Guide around.
Done had enough of this.
As long as I can just keep interrupting his spells, I don't think he's going to be too big of an issue. The bears themselves are incredibly dangerous, especially because of the fact that,
What do you need?
like,
You want it?
the way that I have to walk around this place is weird.
What you want?
So we're going to just charge straight west with her.
I don't want to talk.
Not even going to worry about it.
Tell me. I've got
Gonna have Eldrea pop over here and start beating on this guy. Shit!
Feeling too good.
That's not good.
Yep.
Go pester someone else.
Okay, so
Give it to me. You want it?
that's one
I
down.
care not. I've done had enough of this.
Now the key here,
What do you need?
if this thing stays on him, I can actually save the game. That's good. Where'd the bear go? And where...
I've done had enough of this.
See, I need to get a successful hide in shadows with her.
I don't want
Oh shit, there's the bear!
I've
God
got
damn it.
this.
Go pester.
So this thing's attacking Kagan, which
Give it to me straight.
I did just save, so we're gonna go ahead and
What you
try
want?
this out, see what happens.
I'm gone.
Okay, so she just successfully... Okay, that was a 17, which means that I can't tank the cave bear, I just have to kite it. So, we're going to have
You're a quick
Imoen
fellow.
charge due south, same as before.
I don't want to talk. All right.
We're going to have him not do anything, because screw that.
What do you need?
And we're going to have
Tell me,
everyone
I've
just
got
start pounding this thing from range.
Your command.
And we are actually going to pull somewhere
Don't worry
else,
about
because
me.
this is a ridiculous place to fight it. There's no reason to fight it here.
What do you need?
Eat flaming.
You want it? You've got it.
Death.
Okay, I'm going to have
All right.
Kagan kite this thing if I can.
All right.
Okay, so that's
Give
not
it to
going to
me
work.
straight. You
We
want it?
need to
You've got it.
move away. Where's a good place to... Why are you standing still?
I'm gone.
Because there's another bear that
What do you
might
need?
be on its way to where she is.
Don't worry about me.
Have that happen. Okay, I don't have anything that I really want to use on this.
Hello. Tis a fine day.
Go pester someone else.
Tell me. You want it? You've got it.
I can't move too far this direction. Who the hell are you attacking anyway?
If Tempus wills it. Hello. If Tempus wills it.
Because if it's not Kivan, I should just have Kivan move to the north a
My
bit.
turn to save the day. If Tempus wills it.
Okay, well...
What do you...
Of course it's Kivan.
What is it this time? Yep.
Okay. Please succeed.
What do you need?
Don't bother as you wish.
I'm just gonna pull Imoen back this way. Unfortunately, this bear is reasonably quick. What the hell am I doing with Kagan?
Do you want? As you wish.
Son of a bitch! I just found the other one.
You're a queer fellow.
Okay, you run away.
Tell me. I've got this.
And I think I'm gonna lose these guys because I don't like this. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I just spawned a bandit accidentally.
You're a queer fellow.
So what we need to do, I guess we just need to kite him around this way.
All right.
So we're gonna just put him in here, and we're gonna kite this thing around.
Go pester someone
Give
else.
it to me straight.
Thy temper shield.
Sure.
Give us.
And I don't think I have to move Imoen. I think she's fine where she is. So I'm just gonna pull this thing around this slab. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Ring around the rosy.
What you want?
Okay, so she's successfully hidden, which means that I can just move her straight back. And then once we finish this thing off, we need to find the other bear.
Yep.
Go. Why me?
Uh-huh.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
What is it? I'll do it.
Fine. All right.
You rang?
No. Sure.
There we go.
I care not.
So that one's down. Now we're going to just send Kagan out and have him go grab the other one and pull it back as well. So once we've pulled the other bear into this area, we can do the same thing we just did and get another 650 experience. We just need to kill 6 of these bears and Kagan will level up. So is that a bear? Yes it is. What's up, bear? How's it going? Come with me to a place that I can easily kite you to death. Run, run, run away from the killer cave bear. Oh, Jesus! Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Why does my life have to be so hard? Okay, so we've now got frickin' 4 bears, which is more bears than I had intended to have by a factor
You're a
of
queer
4.
fellow.
Give us victory.
What do you need?
Okay, I'm actually just gonna have her tank this one. Well, apparently not. Rolled a 19. No, that was the other one. So I can't see what the first hit was on Aldrea. That was actually really funny.
Why me?
So there is a trio of black bears here. Okay.
You're a queer fellow.
Go
So,
pester someone
okay,
else.
so we're gonna
Why
fight
me?
these 3 black bears first.
What you want?
Give us victory.
Why me?
The black bears should be very easy to take down. They'll go down quickly. So once we've dealt with the black bears, we can then go track down that other one. And since this is a random encounter, I'm pretty sure. So that'll be one random encounter that we don't have to worry about as well. Because random encounters do respawn, but I think that it takes a few days or like a week of game time before there's a chance of them popping up in the same place again. Okay, so one of these is attacking Kagan. Or it was a second ago. It seems to have run off. Shit. I don't know whether that one's going to continue following or not, because it didn't before.
Yep.
Now, the AI does appear to prioritize my characters over NPCs, which is good. Yikes. Actually, let this thing get too close to Kagan. I didn't want to get too far ahead of it because the characters did just walk a bit closer. It's so nice being able to use one of these slab things so that you can't, so that the enemies can't really cut you off. You can do very quick and easy kiting patterns. Okay, so we need to finish off this bear.
I care not.
Once we've finished off this bear, we'll be able to go get the other cave bear. Oh shit, 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 shit.
Fight is a fire.
Okay, mistakes were made. We need to pull the party back.
Clear his way.
We need to get Kagan in.
I can really
Son of a
use
bitch.
Tensor's floating bandage over here.
Tensor's floating bandage.
I'm gone.
Oh, that's a great name for a spell. I approve. Whoa. Oh shit. Okay, that was incredibly silly of me. Yeah, over the course of these fights, Kagan has not regenerated a lot of hit points. He's only up to 5, which not amazing. I'm just popping out here to gain access to the next area. So he's only up to 5 HP, but it's okay. We'll slowly but surely get his HP back in order. He doesn't really have enough HP to tank the next pack of bandits. What's up, buddy? Okay, so these things seem to be getting very easily lost. As soon as they're, like, off-screen, they're getting lost. So this is useful for me because it means that I can pull this thing a bit closer and then save. But it also means that I have to really, like, spoon-feed this thing to keep it moving toward me. Because it is slightly slower than Kagan. We're gonna move these guys over here. He needs to get a little further away, in fact. And we are ready to attack. But yeah, we will see how many effects we can stockpile on one character to get decent AC values. I'm not sure what kind of AC we can get Oh shit. It's close. I'm not sure what kind of AC we can get, but I think that we can get a pretty decent amount of AC. So it's possible that I can get Aldrea to a point where she's damn near unhittable just by stacking enough buffs of various kinds and running with it. So protection from evil will be really useful because I think that pretty much all of the really, really nasty enemies are evil. This may come as a massive surprise. But there we go. All done. So we finished them, and we can talk to this guy now. What's up, Corsone? How's it going?
Civilization seems far, city dweller.
I must apologize for the actions of Osmati. He had lost his mind after what happened here. Some days passed. A group of bandits calling themselves the Chill entered our camp as we worked upon this shrine. They killed and murdered everyone they came across, including some of Osmati's close friends. I'm gonna go with number 1, because it's like, why didn't you break up this fight? I mean, that seems... It's true we know each other very well, but there was nothing that could be done. He had lost his mind. I think you can understand this. Sometimes one doesn't have a choice. Okay. I mean, this guy would know better than me, but I do think that, like, temporary insanity, like, being grief-stricken is not necessarily something... You know, there are 7 of us. We could probably subdue him. Corsone could get control of the bears because he's a druid, so just get the bears under control, and then we wouldn't have had to kill 3 lives. But, you know, I'm gonna just, you know, whatever. Maybe the other guy was a more powerful druid, so he couldn't deal with the bears, because, I mean, if he's got a couple of cave bears, there's no way we're subduing him peacefully. So, I'll go with number 1. Perhaps we will meet again. I wish you luck on your journeys.
I care not.
Go, why me?
And we are down to, or we are up to 8 hit points on Kagan, so he can take maybe a hit from a bandit. No guarantees.
Why me?
Ooh, he's up to 9 now. Yeah, I'm glad that I have this thing on him. Okay, so there's a Gibberling here. And a Dire Wolf. Whoops. So I accidentally aggroed the Dire Wolf. We're gonna pull this Dire Wolf back to the stone slab because this is not a good place to fight a Actually, Dire Wolves are like hobgoblins. This is the perfect place to fight a wolf. I forgot about that. So the Dire Wolf is going to be randomly switching targets, which means that we need to move people in a circular formation. That way, when it's attacking people, it starts moving in a somewhat random direction.
Yep. My blade will
Tell,
cut
don't
you
worry
down
about
the
me.
side.
What do you know?
I'll do it.
So the goal here is to make sure that nobody in that direction is attacking it. There we go. And... Whoa! Got you too close, sir.
What you want?
Done as you wish.
Go, why me?
Give it to me straight. I've got this.
Why me?
Oh, shit. This thing is a little too fast for my taste.
What is my turn to save the day?
I don't. All right.
Ooh, keep moving. Keep moving, Kivan. Because the wolf is currently outside of range for other people to hit it, which means that it's not going to be switching its aggro as readily.
Don't bother me as you wish.
All right.
Luckily, the Gibberling kind of wandered off.
Yep.
Whoa, no! Oh, okay, that was close.
Stand back and watch this.
All right.
Don't have Kill on attack again.
Why me?
Hello. It is a fire day.
Why me?
By Temper Shield!
Sure.
There we go. Okay, Direwolf is dealt with. And we have saved up. I have almost finished my 1.5 liter of...
Make me wanna vomit.
Oh, tell us how you really feel, Kagain.
What you want?
Kagan, sorry. I'm sorry, but that looks like Kagain to me. That does not look like Kagan. But we have heard him pronounce his own name, so it is Kagan. We know that for a fact. His name is Kagan, not Kagain. But that doesn't make it any easier to remember
Yep. This way.
when his name is so obviously Kagain. I'm just gonna kite this thing around a little bit. Shouldn't be too difficult to just get a bit of a kite going. Don't bother me. Well, fine, if you don't want any arrows, then... There we go. Seriously? Where'd this one come from? Alright, well...
I've done had enough.
What if my turn to save the day?
Oops.
You
I don't know why I thought she was 5.
Huh, you're a queer fellow. My blade will cut you down to size.
What do you want it?
As you wish.
What you? I've done had enough of this.
All right.
No.
What do you...
Yep.
Go.
My blade will cut you down to
Don't
size.
bother me.
Don't bother me. Kagan's up to 12 HP again.
I'll do it.
I don't.
Oh shit. He's too close to Kaban.
Go. All right.
I've done had enough of
All
this.
right.
Huh, you're a queer fellow.
Why me?
I asked someone a question and they just got back to me.
Valkor's mighty blade.
Tell me, don't worry about me.
Go. All right.
Give it to me straight.
All right.
Give us victory!
What you? I've done had enough of this.
All right.
Yep.
What do you need?
Go pester someone else. Why me?
What do you want? As you wish.
Why me?
No.
Don't bother me.
It's getting too far away. There we go. Toasted.
I care not. I am gone.
Okay. Let's see. We're going to continue on. We have 13 hit points.
Why me?
Booyah. Our tank is getting healthier.
Huh, I've done had
And he can keep on Bucky's Buckler
Go. Why me?
until we run into an enemy that can hit him on at least a 19. And once that happens, we have to throw his shield back on. But we can just leave Bucky's Buckler on in the interim because... Oh, jeez! That's more gibberlings than I wanted.
What you want? This way.
Why me?
Yep.
Okay, I think this is the only one that's actually here. Just since this thing is walking away from me, I don't think there's any reason to stand at melee with this. It could just get it could get a natural 20. And I'd like to keep my HP available for enemies like bandits. There's no reason to risk any HP on this thing. Okay, so we have a few more. I don't mind doing things like the gibberlings because they go down pretty fast. It's just like skeletons, which I guess they're technically harder, but more important than the actual difficulty value of them is they just take so long. They're just so long to kill. This is not.
I care not.
Go pester someone else.
So like I don't mind like doing these like wolves and things like that for the most part. I just want to make sure that I'm not wasting everybody's time on killing thousands of weakling skeletons. And yes, I'm obsessing over the fact that I skipped those two skeleton packs in High Edge. It's like I can't let it go. I feel so bad having skipped something. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How many gibberlings am I going to have to fight? It's not a big deal. These are not going to be time consuming to kill, but it's just like
You're a queer fellow.
how many gibberlings are going to be here? They're also very slow, so that's always convenient. It shouldn't meaningfully increase the amount of difficulty I have with the kite. It'll have some impact though, just because, as you can see, the party members got a little closer to it. No! You attacked Kivan, that's unacceptable. Okay. Let's move them a little further away. Come. See, that's the one issue, is that it's best to keep... When dealing with gibberlings, you want to keep on one side, because they actually flee from their target. They don't flee from the target that actually hit them. Which means that if you're on this side, they will flee toward the archers. And you don't want them fleeing toward the archers, you want them fleeing away from the archers. Because if they're fleeing toward the archers, then
I'm gone.
Why me?
You're a queer
they'll
fellow.
turn on the archers when they stop fleeing, if they get too close. See what I mean? Like, he just fled directly to the southwest because Kagan was slightly to the northeast of him. So like, if he gets scared now, he's gonna flee due west. Well, I moved, that's why he fled that way.
What you want?
Anyway, let's see. We've got that pack dealt with. I don't think there's gonna be another gibberling there. So we're going to continue on to the west. We are going to put Kagan in charge. Kagan is up to 17 hit points now. Oh, god damn it. So we've got another direwolf. And this is going to require that we pull back into the Druid Grove again, because it's just going to require that.
This way.
Give it you want it. You've got it.
What is it? My turn to save the day.
As you wish.
Sure.
You're a queer fellow.
Go pester
My
someone else.
blade will cut you down to
So my hope here is that what I'd like to do is actually just continuously pull it back with this guy every time he loses track of who he wants to go after, so that I think that for this enemy, because it's so fast, it's better to do it this way than the standard Hobgoblin circle. Because if you do a semicircle like this, and then keep one tank in the middle, the wolf will naturally just sort of spin around in circles,
this.
and then periodically it will stop spinning in circles and head back toward you. But the person that it's going to go after is always going to be the melee, who is directly away from all of the archers. And that worked reasonably well for me, but unfortunately once things get a little too clumped up, it stops working as well. Because, like, for instance, if it decides to attack Aldrea or Imoen, it's going in the exact same direction. If it decides to attack Nira or Kivan, it's going in the exact same direction either way. And that's the issue. You want it to be sort of circling. There we go. And basically always picking a new direction. But I do think that that worked way better than it does when I do like a full encirclement. Though a full encirclement with 6 characters as opposed to 5 would probably work a little better, but I do have... I guess I could equip him with a bow. There's nothing stopping me. Hey, it's a direwolf. What's up, direwolf?
I care not. This way.
What do you need? Don't worry about me.
I'll do it.
Mighty blade. I don't want to talk.
Okay, close enough.
I'm gone.
Tell me. Don't worry about me.
What is it this time?
Yes.
Give it to me.
This is reasonably good. Oh shit, I'm way too far forward.
What you want?
Give us victory!
Shit, I'm way
Yep,
too far
I'm
away.
gone.
Go. Sure.
I care
Whoa,
not. I've
Jesus.
done had enough of this.
Sticky business.
What do you need?
Sure.
As you wish.
You rang?
Bother me.
Uh-huh. I'll do it.
Hello is a fine.
Tell me. I've got this.
Huh, you're a queer fellow.
Go, Tempest. Sure.
Give us victory! Yes, as you wish.
I need an arrow.
What do you want?
Unfortunately, see how every time I do this is, you know, I sort of just consolidates down.
All right.
I'm sorry, the party consolidates down, so it makes it so that I have to move more people more frequently.
Fight is a
What did I'll do it?
Go. Why me?
What is your command?
Why me? Why me?
Yes, as you wish.
Go. All right.
Okay, I do not like where Kavan is. I'm moving
I
him.
need an arrow. Sure.
The placement of that tree is
What you
very
want?
dangerous.
I've done had enough of this.
Sure.
Shit.
Yep.
Sneaky bastard.
Sure.
Hello is temple's wisdom.
Sure.
By tempt is a fine.
I don't want to talk. Go. Why me?
Okay. Should only take a couple more hits now.
Hello is a fine day.
Sure.
I can this way.
By Tempest
Give it to me straight.
Give
Why me?
You're a queer fellow.
Go, Pestis. All right.
There we go. Whew. Another one bites the dust. So we're maybe about 2/3 of the way done with this zone. This is the bandit pack from before, so we're not going to go that way.
You're a queer fellow. I'm
I
gone.
don't know why I thought that I could move the camera that way.
I need an arrow.
So we're going to just keep exploring the periphery. We've already gone out the top, we've gone out the west, and we have gone out the east. So we need to go out the
All
south.
right.
And Kagan has 22 hit points.
What you want? I'm gone.
Not too bad. The Wood of Sharp Teeth. That does not sound promising at all. Okay, so we can pop out south. Boom! That gives us access to this area.
Why me?
Save the game, pop over here. Whoa! Where do you guys come from? Okay, so there's 3 of these wild dogs. I'm not sure... How slow are you? You're pretty slow.
Yep.
I think I'm just gonna kite this thing.
Go. All right.
The reason being that I am gonna have to deal with more bandits soon, I'm sure. So I'm just gonna deal with these things in the easy, you know, kite him a bit, make sure that I'm not taking unnecessary damage. Because Kagan's already back up to half-life. Not quite, but pretty close. As long as I don't do anything stupid, he should get to half-life fighting these things.
I care not.
I need. Sure.
You're a queer fellow.
I don't want to talk. Sure.
This thing's ridiculously slow. Like, these things have a weird AI pattern where they, like, continually switch to the closest target, it looks like. And one of the side effects of that is that every time it decides to check whether it's going to change target or not, it stops completely. So, in addition to having a very slow movement speed, they also are constantly stopping, which makes their movement speed even lower than you would expect it to be. So, we are back up to half-life. Kagan got down to 1 hit point, so just to give an idea of how powerful this kind of regen effect can be, he's basically, instead of having 48 hit points to play with, his instead of having 48 hit points, which is already partially based off of his constitution, he has thus far had extra 24 hit points to play with. So he has had 72 hit points to play with instead, which is pretty nice. He's got basically 2 extra levels worth of HP that he's been playing with. Which is very nice to have. And one of the keys is that it's kind of unlimited as long as you are not taking too much damage in one burst. And the definition of burst, of course, is very broad in this case because the regen is so slow. But as long as you're not taking too much damage before you can regenerate it back up, you can really just take a beating. He's up to 26 hit points now, and he's just going to keep on raising until I run into my next bandit group. And the next time that I travel, he's going to be...
It is time for us to rest.
Wow, so we've already reached the point where people are getting fatigued. Kivon, you are a noob.
Go, Pet. All right.
I can't get there? Interesting. So I can't get there from here. I'm just going to follow this road again. We're just going to pull the party over here. Unfortunately, they're probably going to run into a random encounter or something. I wasn't expecting to get this far without running into anything. So we finally run into something. It's just a gibberling. No big deal. I'm just going to pull it. 27 hit points. And we're just going to do a standard short range kite. It's actually interesting because when they do their... Oh, son of a bitch. Well, that was some bullcrap. And that was like a max damage hit too. That thing just hit for 26. Or sorry, that thing just hit for 10 points of damage.
Yep.
But those little lucky hits are a lot less meaningful when you regenerate the HP back up in between fights. We've still had, over the course of like half of this area, like a net positive HB flow. And, you know, Branwen is super injured because I kept getting her hit earlier on, but the stronger my party gets in terms of damage, the faster I'm going to kill things, and the less sort of attacks are going to be coming out toward me before the enemies die. And that, you know, is sort of a mixed blessing in some ways, because it does mean that, you know, since you're killing them faster, you're also you're going to be entering the next fight faster as well. So it's not like you're getting a huge amount of benefit from that in terms of regen, because the longer the fight is, the more you regenerate during it. But it's still good.
Casting spells isn't as easy as I make it look. I'm tired.
It's still good.
I've done
And the less likely an individual enemy is to just land one strike, the more enemies I can plow through before we start running into problems. I already went out this side. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing this as well. And we can now pop over here.
I don't want to. All right.
Did I rest?
What do you need?
I did.
What you want?
I'm actually surprised that everyone's tired already.
Tell me. Don't worry about me.
I guess it just took a really long time to get here. So, let's take a look what we're gonna do here. We have a Dreadwolf here. I don't like that at all.
Yep. This way.
All right.
I care not.
I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I don't know whether this thing behaves like a direwolf. Actually, this is gonna work really well.
Give it. You want it?
Because all I have to do is reset its behavior,
What do you want it? You got it.
and it'll get really far away again.
Possibly frosty.
Death. I'm gone.
Tell me.
What you want? This way.
Sure.
Okay, so basically all I have to do is get it set over here, and then it's really, really far away from them.
Frosty.
So it's not going to want to keep coming toward them
I've done had enough.
as soon as I tell them to stop attacking. So now we can just pull it back, center it again,
You're a queer fellow.
convince it that it's a good idea to come over to them again. And then convince them that it doesn't want to attack them. It actually wants to go after Kagan after all.
Why me?
Possibly frosty.
Death.
So it's now going after Kivon.
I care not. I've
I'll just
done
move
had
them over
enough.
to the west side of this forest. He's gonna say, "What am I even thinking? I don't want to do this.
You're a queer
This is
fellow.
silly. I'm gonna go after this guy who's much closer." Then he'll say, "Oh no, they're attacking me again. I'd better go after them." And I'm in a predicament here because just because of this thing, I can't actually pull him around that side. Oh, you. Oh, Nira.
Good on you if you saved the day.
Okay. That was close. So that Dreadwolf was worth a ton of experience. And I think there's another one over here as well. I think this is a Dreadwolf too. Yes, it is. So we're going to do the exact same thing, only this time it'll be much easier,
What you want?
because we'll be able to actually send Kagan to where he needs to be on that side.
All right.
Yep. I've done had enough of this.
Sure.
Nope.
I
Okay.
care not. Tempest, give us
All right.
victory. You're a queer fellow. This way.
All right.
What you want?
All right.
Yep. I've done had enough.
Okay.
Sure.
I care not.
Why
I really like this forest.
I've done had enough.
This little pack of trees is just so useful.
Give it, you want it, you've got it.
Because it's so easy to keep this thing in a good position.
Yep. I'm gone.
I think he should... No, he's not close enough.
I care not.
The thing didn't reset its target before I... Whoa. Okay, I need him to attack. Unfortunately, I'm now moving into a really, really narrow area, which I do not like at all. You're gonna swap to this. It's not gonna make any difference whatsoever if it actually attacks her.
Yep. This way.
But basically what's gonna happen here is we're going to swap here, attack. It's gonna swap onto her, and then it's gonna swap onto him. And that worked perfectly.
I care not.
Okay, well, we're just gonna
Down to size.
send everyone in to attack, and then bring it right back on up here. Whoa, 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 what the hell are you people doing?
Hello? What do you need?
They're getting way closer than they need to.
Yep.
You can attack from here, so do it.
I care not. I've done had enough of this.
We're not gonna let this thing get that close. Oh shit! Nira! Damn you! Damn you, Nira! God damn you, Nira! Oh! She started going one way, and then she changed her mind and started going a different way. And so she was just as close as humanly possible to that stupid wolf. And so the wolf's like, okay, I'll eat that. Oh, life is hard. She did not have an avenue to get out of there because of just the way that the pathing worked. She should have had an avenue of escape. There was no reason for her to be in that position.
I care not.
Can he
You're
pop
quick.
through
I've
there?
done had enough of this.
No, he can't.
Yep.
Alright,
My
so
blade will cut you down to size. I care not. I've done had enough of this.
dun-dun-dun-dun. Let's pull him on back.
You're a queer fellow.
Or you know her.
This way. Yep. Give us victory! I care. I've done had enough of this.
No, 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 no. Okay, whew, good. Okay. Pull you back this
You're a
way.
queer fellow. My blade will cut you down to size. What you want? I'm gone. Yep,
He's
I've
too
done
close.
had enough of this.
Moving Kavan down.
Go pester someone else.
As you wish.
Don't bother me.
I've done had enough of this.
I'm Batman.
I don't know, the way that he talks, it reminds me of Batman for some reason.
You're a... I've done had enough of this.
Possibly frosty.
You know what I could do? I could have Kavan attack from here,
What you want?
and then there's the chance for it to go after Kavan instead. There we go. This is probably much safer, actually. Because it will largely head in their direction because the majority of attacks are coming from that direction. There we go. Imoen levels up again. She's a level 5 thief now. And we're going to go ahead and pump more points into Open Locks. So Open Locks is up to 60, which is very nice. And let's see. He is up to 23 hit points.
Sure.
And how close are we to leveling? She is nowhere near leveling, but when she does level, she's going to get another fighter level, so her Thaco is going to improve. And I believe she'll actually get another proficiency as well. I think I'm going to start dumping proficiency points into 2 weapon style, because it's going to be important moving forward. Wow, that's unpleasant looking.
It is time for us to rest.
It's actually really, really unpleasant looking. Like this looks like a shooting range or something.
Casting spells isn't as easy
Firing
as I make
range.
it look.
It's
I'm
kind of
tired.
disturbing.
All right.
So I'm just going to kite these things in this general vicinity. It shouldn't be too difficult to keep them relatively close. Then again, Jesus, this thing's just running so far away. Yeah, we're set. Kagan's back up to half life again.
I'm gone.
Come on. If I had to guess, I'd say that Eltre and Branwyn are probably
What you want?
nearly out as well, so...
What do you need?
They're not nearly out. They have plenty of rocks left. They might be down to 1 stack, but they have... And I don't even know that for sure. I just know that Eldrea has 65 on the stack that she's got right now. 65 rounds is quite a few. Arrows go way faster because they're plugging them out multiple per round. Okay, so let's save this, and we will see what's over here. Okay, so that's the bandit. So we just need to... Yeah, we've almost completed this area.
Yep, this way.
That's another gibberling.
I don't want to
I
talk.
care not. I've done had enough of
Why
this.
me?
Okay, we're just gonna aggro this thing. And I don't think we're actually gonna fight any more... What the hell is going on with this thing? This thing is going nuts. Oh, there's another one right there. I was thinking about using
You're a queer
this rock,
fellow.
but I'm not going to. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, I don't think I'm going to run into any more bandits or anything in this area, but we are automatically going to be transitioning to a very dangerous area after this. We are going to have to rest soon, because pretty much the entire party is... I should have actually checked on this. Pretty much the entire party is tired. And,
All right.
you know, okay, half the party is tired. But one of the people who's tired is Kivan, and we cannot have him tired because he needs to be doing damage. And the game just locked up. I hope that my save went through.
Go pester someone else.
Proud to stand among such strong
Why
warriors.
me?
Okay.
What you want?
I need an ale.
Okay, so for this one,
Yep.
I wonder if we can... I guess it doesn't-
I don't want to talk. Why me?
Oh. Life is a lot easier when the thing doesn't even attack the person who's it's ostensibly going after. Okay, so Kagan is up to 27 hit points now. Progress is being made.
I care not.
Go pester someone else.
And the reason that I'm doing that, where I target him when all of a sudden, is because I'm actually just targeting the whole party to
You're
get
a clear fellow.
the stop command to Kagan, because I don't see a way to give a stop command when he's the only one targeted. Which is a weird UI oversight, honestly. You'd think that you would either give the ability to give people the stop command or not give them the ability to stop. Not that you'd give only groups the ability to stop.
What you want? Yep.
But it's very useful because it allows you to see the enemy, and as soon as you see one, you just stop. No risk of moving another step forward and aggroing some extra enemies that way. The only risk is that you actually can see more enemies than it looks like you can see, which is a thing that happens with some degree of regularity, but I think I'm actually just gonna... I don't want to, though. I really don't want to give it any free hits. I want to be on this side of it. I want to be on this side of it so that it doesn't run toward the party, because if it runs toward the party, I'm going to have to de-aggro it, which is a nuisance. Okay, there's one more Gibberling here.
You're a clear
There
fellow.
might be more.
Do you want
I'm going
to
to move them
switch?
here.
Sure.
That'll make my life really easy.
You're a clear fellow. I'm gone.
So long as...
Give us victory!
Sure.
What you want?
I don't want to.
So basically, I can just kite this thing around very close to the cuff here. I don't know where you're going, buddy. Nice. And since it's so close, it doesn't actually matter if it runs away in any direction, because even if it's running directly toward them, it's not actually running toward them. It's not going to be able to approach because it has to go around. So it won't actually aggro on them even if it gets really close. Yep. Okay, so we're going to aggro this one. We're going to kill this thing in the exact same manner.
Go pester someone else. Why me?
And so one of the... This is like the power of High Con, right? Like, we have been fighting for a very long time. We've been running around long enough that most of the party is fatigued. And Kagan has taken a huge amount of damage over the course of this, but he has regenerated enough HP that his maximum HP now, like the amount of HP that he has at his disposal, has gone... He lost another 20 or so HP at some point, so like, we're looking at nearly 100 hit points
You're
at
a
this
clear
point
fellow.
that he's had available to fight with,
I don't
and
want to talk.
that's just a huge amount of HP. So a lot of people think that, you know, Constitution, like high Constitution, is relatively useless, and it really just depends on your play style, and it depends on how willing you are to rest. Because it's kind of like, if you're willing to rest a lot, then there's a lot of things that become completely useless. And if you're not willing to rest at all, certain things actually become very potent that are otherwise just completely meaningless. So like, the amount of regen that you get in this is substantial.
Yep.
I need an L. All right.
I care not.
I don't. Sure.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy with Bucky's Buckler so far. I'm glad that I picked it up. I was thinking that I didn't need it until Aldrea got access to regen, but to be perfectly frank, there's no reason for that, because Aldrea's regen, if I give her enough to go from 19 to 20, then I have to constantly swap between the two of them and make sure that at least that they both have taken damage in order to maximize the regen. With him going from 20 to 21, it doubles the amount of regen that he has, in the same way that it would to have two targets that are regenerating. But in addition to, basically, because he's the only one, all that matters is that he's taken some damage at some point. So this is actually going to work really well, and I'm glad that I picked up this buckler, even though Aldrea was not prepared to go into full tank mode. Because I really don't need to have a large shield equipped for this. There's no reason to not just regenerate twice as fast continually, because we're just not taking any damage. And when we are taking damage, we're usually taking damage from targets that can't hit him anyway. And if we have to fight a stronger enemy who is able to hit him on a higher roll, then we can just immediately swap it out. We don't need to we don't have to do it out of combat, which is very, very powerful. So
What you want?
I don't want
Yep. Cut you down to size.
there we go.
Death.
Hey, I dropped a potion. Potion of Insight. Not bad. Save the game. There's a tower here. Shit. I don't think I got two, though. We're fine. I guess I didn't even get one. Now, Kagan is getting close to the point where he's actually regenerated all of his life back. If he gets up to full life again, then we are going to... Or rather, if he gets above, say, 40 hit points, then we're going to swap him into tank mode, and we're just going to tank these things and get things done a little bit faster. It won't dramatically increase the speed at which we kill, but it will be a reasonable difference, because we'll be able to have Aldrea and melee, we'll be able to have Branwen and melee, and we'll just deal a bit of extra damage. Aldrea and Branwen will be dealing substantially more. In addition to, we'll have Kagan attacking as well. So we got a protection from Evil Scroll. Not too shabby. It's a lot of gibberlings.
You're a queer fellow.
Like, this is such a huge gibberling pack.
Why me?
It's kind of surprising. Oh, right, they don't. On this map, the enemies run away when... I think that seems to be a map-by-map thing, which I thought it was based off of the actual enemy you were fighting, like part of their AI, but it seems to be based off of the map. Like, on some maps, they do it one way, on others, they do it another way. Because I thought that was only, like, for ranged characters, but... Nope. I actually forgot about her entirely. Ooh, are we out of bullets? We are out of bullets.
Yep.
All right.
Alright. Cleared that out. And now we will hopefully be done with these. Oh, right, I forgot about this. There's this Easter egg here.
It's about time you came through for me. I was beginning to wonder whether your incompetence was... Wait. This isn't right. You fool! I am not fully revived. I am diminished, damaged, and dangerously deteriorated. Why, I've even lost some of my perspicacity. Jane? Are you even listening? My most obedient servant, friend. Where are you? Surely you aren't going to leave me up here. Ah, you conniving cur! crack your realm wide open and drag you into this plane of... Oh. Hello. This is awkward.
Well met. How's it going?
Greetings, friendly surface dweller. You wouldn't happen to know the direction of the nearest entrance to the Underdark, would you?
Nope. Well, he's very alliterative, but he didn't actually say anything alliterative here. I'm gonna go with I hope so.
No, I suppose you wouldn't. This is particularly problematic for a popular power player such as myself.
See, this is where she should have asked this, after he said this. And who might yourself be? He must be 5 words! Did you hear that?
How could I forget? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Baloth Baratil, more commonly known as Baloth the Entertainer. Yes, I know, that Baloth. Fall to your knees and beg for mercy. I'm sure you know the drill.
No.
Perhaps you aren't as cultured as I had assumed. In any case, it seems that I am in a bit of a bind. I am unable to return to my home, left bare to the boundless barbarism of the service world.
How did a nice guy like you get... Nice guy. Did you hear what he was saying to Nazim? I will break down your plane of existence and crush you and la 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 la. Nice guy. 2.
You must be crawling with questions, but first, let me elucidate recent events. Perhaps many of your petty ponderances will be answered.
So carry on. Is no one else catching this? These are great.
My most recent project was a little something I called the Black Pits. I'm sure you've heard of it. Mortal pitted against mortal in a desperate bid to... it doesn't matter anymore.
Visited that particular bank of outhouses? I'm gonna go with 1. Nope, never heard of it.
You must be out of the loop. It was a marvelous sight. The roaring crowd, my obedient Jinn slave keeping the prisoners in line, the sound of hammer crushing bone. Such fond memories.
So how'd you get a Jinn?
A favor here, a clever spell there, a geese or two. It's not so hard.
Is that how it's pronounced? I've always called it Giaz. Or Giaz, one of the two. But Giaz is what I usually refer to it. I'm curious whether it's geese. A geese. You always need to bring geese along. They're very powerful. And it worked out so well for you.
Things went quite swimmingly until some upstarts tricked me into facing them in battle. They cheated, of course.
Naturally.
But I am nothing if not calculatingly cautious. And so I instructed that Jinn jerk Najim to grant me a final wish. That I be protected from death. Oh, he granted that one all right.
How's Jinn spelled?
As you can see, I live again. No demon web pits for me. But I am bereft of my previous power. Forced to converse with a pack of mouth-breathing... Oh, I apologize. I'm beginning to ramble.
I've been called worse by better. In any case, I feel a request coming.
I am simply unaccustomed to dealing with your kind on less than crushingly advantageous terms.
I'll try to speak slowly in a reverent tone.
I do not make it a habit to beg others for aid, and I prefer to lend favors rather than request them.
Now, I definitely feel a request coming.
Clearly, I still command some of my powers. Even in this diminished state, I must remain one of the top 5 spellcasters in all the realms. If someone were to offer me martial protection, I'm sure I could be of great help to whatever it is you're doing.
Alright, whatever. Welcome aboard. Wait, there's a list? Who even keeps track of that? Is there someone I can write to? This isn't one of those who's who in Faerun scams, is it?
So I can really come with you? How perspicacious of you. You won't regret this. Now then, I assume you'll want me in a leadership capacity?
Back of the line, Drow.
Don't think you can intimidate me. Let us hope that you learn proper respect before my patience withers.
Okay. Do I want to bring him along right now? Or not? I think I'm actually going to drop him for now, because I don't really have someone who... I don't have, like, a slot for him, really. So I think I'm going to drop him for now. I might bring him along later. Because I think that at some point I'm going to replace Kivon with him. But for right now, I think that I'm going to keep him along. Or, sorry, I'm going to keep Kivon along. Because I'm liking what Kivon's doing for me. But Kivon is going to eventually sort of fade from usefulness, I think. Yeah, I'd say that's the case. Because Kagan will be able to do the job that Kivon is doing. The sort of the archery stuff later on. Basically, I'm going to have very specific arrows that I need to shoot at very specific times, and I need those arrows to happen pretty much to enemies that I can't tank. So he's not going to be tanking while those arrows are going out, and then once the arrows have gone out, then I don't need to I don't need to have the bow out anymore. So at some point I'm going to be getting rid of Kavan. I just can't do it now because I'm in the middle of a quest for him. So we're in the middle of some stuff. So I'm going to remove him from the party for now, but we'll come and grab him later.
What do you want?
So.
No. No, 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 no! Don't leave me here, you moronic miscreant! Don't let me die at the hands of pale-skinned barbarians!
Make your way to the friendly arm inn. It's not far, and if you hide outside the walls on the east side, you probably won't be discovered and killed. Probably. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's so beautiful.
I care not. I am gone.
Okay, so he's going to be waiting for me at the friendly arm inn, and that's cool. I'm probably going to use him at some point. I'm not sure when exactly, but I'll be using him, I'm sure. Probably immediately after we finish the bandit encampment. I think I'm going to get both drow together. So we are going to be getting rid of Branwen sometime in the near future. Not because there's anything wrong with her. I like Branwen, but I can't have everyone stay in my party. There's certain characters who are important that they stay in my party because there's nowhere else for them to go. Namely, Nira and Imowen, who both need to be in my party in order to survive. That Baloth guy, I mean, look, he'll be fine, right? Whatever. And he has given me no reason to really give too much of a shit about him. So I'm just going to tell him to go wait for me over there. But people like Nira, who currently has people coming after her, and Imowen, who has nowhere else to be because, you know, she came from the same place I did. And if we basically, the same people who are coming after us have a vested interest in going after Imowen as well, because they could potentially use her as sort of like, what's the word? As leverage against us. So we need to keep her close so that she's protected, because if she's not protected by a party, then, I mean, if any of us wander off on our own, there's no... You know, I'm calling me a queer fellow as you're, you know, I'm talking about how we need to keep her around, and then she starts insulting me. Queer in this case means, like, weird in a bad way, by the way. That's the usage here. I'm not... Anyway, let's see. We are going to talk to these guys, I guess, because we're done here.
What you want?
So we finished up this area, and we are going to talk to these people, and we're going to finish up Kivon's quest.
Why me?
And this guy's talking to me. Drop your weapons, and mayhaps he'll outlive the day. I'll know this ain't it twice. Let's see. You know, Oh, and it's actually Kagan who's in front as well. To be honest, I was actually thinking that I was going to do this diplomatically, but I don't think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to murder them. So I'm going to go with number 1. At their throats, men, for today they wish to die. Whoop. Oh, and 1 second, my wife is calling me. Okay, my wife's on her way home, so we're just gonna run away.
Yep,
Now the goal here, I don't know how far these bandit archers are gonna follow me, but my assumption is that they won't follow me infinitely. So that might not be a safe assumption. So what we're gonna do is we're going to send these people over this way, and then we're actually gonna send Kagan in a different direction. So by sending Kagan in a different direction, we are basically ensuring that we don't have to worry about... Basically, your movement speed is slowed if you're traveling in a group, because you're constantly, like, re-evaluating how you're going to get from point A to point B. So if I can lose this guy, that would be good, because the bandits are going to keep following me, I think, as long as this guy can see me. And again, maybe not. Okay, I'm going to pull these guys further away and try to use some tricksy business with line of sight here. Is it just the one? It looks like it's just the one. So I just need to get rid of this guy. Forest always reminds me of pansy elves. Oh shit! So we accidentally walked into another one. Nice. Two natural 20s in a row. And this is a 20 followed by a 19 followed by a 20 followed by another 19. By the way. Nice rolls, bandit. Shit. Oh. Okay, by trying to kite these guys around, I actually made my life harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop over here. And I can use hold person. I'm going to cast hold person on these guys. And I'm actually going to bring this... Really? Really? I hate lightning.
I don't want to wait. It's time for us to rest.
Lightning is kind of like a funny mechanic, but at the same time, it's like
I'm tired.
There are limits to my good humor. It should not be nearly as common as it is. It should be something that you might encounter once in your entire playthrough, not something that you're expecting to see, you know, maybe once per map. I put an end to them already, apparently.
I need an arrow.
So let's see if this guy follows. He's following me. It's good. Okay, so this is good. This guy's just coming along just like I want him to. And he should be alone.
You're a queer fellow.
So we can just start pounding into him. And let's see, we have her swapping to melee. Her swapping to melee.
But it is a fine day to die.
Actually, not swapping her to melee. Hey! Kagan leveled up again. Very nice. So level him up. He gets 16 additional hit points, and his Thaco goes down by another 1. So he now has 64 hit points to play with baseline. He's really, really tanky. In addition to regenerating like 1 HP every 30 seconds.
Sure.
And 30 seconds may seem like a very long time, but honestly, on Legacy of Ball mode, 30 seconds is not terribly long.
You're a queer fellow.
Because enemies take so long to hit. Or so long to kill. Nope.
Tell me. Don't worry about me.
17 crushing damage from Eldrea. And he finally swaps. He's like, you know, actually, on second thought, giving all these melees a +6 to hit me might not be my best strategy. This isn't working so great for me. Okay, so basically what's going to happen here is we are going to finish up with this area, and once we finished up with this area, we're going to end the stream there for today, because my wife's on her way home.
I don't want to talk. Why me?
And this guy is going to be an easy kill, hopefully.
Give us victory!
And then watch as he hits me on like a
Fine day.
12 or something. He just hit on a 17. Not like that.
Give it to me straight.
Thy temper shield!
Since I have to do it anyway, I'm just gonna use protection. This guy has to be evil. And he did hit on a 19 after the protection from evil, so we're going to cast it Doom as well. Wow. Okay, so that hurt. Okay, we're gonna have to reload. So, I underestimated just how accurate this guy's attacks were gonna be. So, that's entirely on me. So what we need to do is we need to precast Protection from Evil on Kagan.
I don't. Why me?
And then we are going to cast a Doom on him.
But it is a fine day to die.
Why me?
So we're going to get a Doom on him quick.
What do you don't worry about me?
You're a queer
And
fellow.
hopefully that will be enough
Tell me, don't worry about
to
me.
drop his accuracy
Give it. I've got this.
to what we want it to be. Nira missed on an 18. That's not terribly useful. So he missed on a 14. He's now doomed, so he now has a -4 to hit, unless he's somehow not evil, which would be very strange.
Thy temper
And we're going to use a hold person because, I mean, his saving throws are reduced. We might as well. And there we go. We've got him held. So we're just going to walk up to him, and we're just going to beat him to death. We're going to take all these people and stop attacking with them. I guess we'll go ahead and... Kevon, you don't even have your halberd equipped. That's really kind of sad. And I guess we'll do the same thing with her. This guy's definitely going to be held until he dies because hold person lasts for a very long time. So we don't want to waste ammunition for no real reason. So that's a lot of damage going out. Ching, 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 ching. Dead. So that's very nice because it means that we don't really lose anything. And that's interesting. He didn't drop a map or anything. Huh. We gained 975 experience from him. That's not too bad.
I need. Sure.
I'm gone.
Sure. Do good as always make me wanna vomit.
Do good as always make me wanna vomit. This guy sounds like the Godfather for some reason. He's just very godfathery to
You're a
me.
clear fellow.
Okay, let's
What is your command?
Go pester someone
What
else.
is it
go
this time?
pester someone else.
You want.
Tempest, give us victory!
Alright, well, this should be easy enough. Just pop into him.
Tell me you want it, you've got it.
It would be easier if I could actually... Oh, Jesus Christ! Where the hell did they come from? The entire pack just spontaneously decided that they were going to show up. So that's interesting and dangerous. Okay, so we are going to send the rest of the party over this way, and we're going to send Kagan this way. And by sending him this way, wow.
Time for us to rest.
Natural 20 followed by a 2 damage hit.
Casting spells isn't as easy as I make it look.
Okay.
I'm tired.
So we're going to just pull back, hopefully de-aggro these guys. I am in combat still. And this guy is still on me. I don't know about the others, but we're going to hopefully get out of their line of sight. And apparently not. Okay, so here's this guy. I think he's
I'm
alone.
gone.
For now. Those guys were not aggroed, so I don't know where they came from, but we need to be a little careful. We're actually going to send these people over this way. That way, no matter which direction the enemies come from, they're guaranteed to see these two first. And there we go. So we cleared that.
I'm gone.
Okay, so
All right.
we need Kagan to go in front. And we'll see where these guys are, because they're now going to be in like completely random locations. I'm hoping that they're not too close to each other, and they are way too close. Nice. A natural 20 followed by a natural 1.
This way.
Why me?
I actually kind of like the way that the newest edition handles crits, where it removes a large portion of the random component to your damage when you crit. So instead of a crit dealing just double damage dice, instead the way that they've set it up is that a crit gives you maximum damage plus an additional die.
I care not.
So a critical hit is
What do you don't worry about?
much more meaningful in the new 5th edition than it was in like these editions, because like it's very easy if you don't have a lot of positive modifiers to your damage, so at low levels for a critical hit to just be completely useless, particularly if you're using something like a bow, because they just for the most part deal d6 damage. It's like, oh goody, so I got a critical hit, but then I rolled a 1, so I hit for 2
You're a clear
damage,
fellow. I'm gone.
which is 30% of the max damage for a non-crit.
What you want?
But then sometimes you crit and you deal 12. So, gets rid of a bit of the... What the hell am I doing?
All
Jesus
right.
Christ.
Why me?
Okay, so...
Yep, this way.
Okay. So this guy is now targeting the right person.
I need an
I let Aldrea get in front. Alright, so we've come through, we're clearing these guys out. Everything's great, everything's kosher, and we are going to be...
Why me?
Give it to me straight. You want it, you've got it.
There we go.
I care not. I've done had enough of this.
So let's take a look. That was how many? I guess that was 3, and we know that there were at least 4 left. I think we're coming over here. I think we got really far to the north. And I don't...
I've done had enough of this.
There they are. So I think it's just this one guy left. So I'm just gonna charge him,
What do you
beat
want
the
it?
ever-loving crap out of him.
Go, go!
And once we do that, we can call it a day. That'll be the end of the stream, because we've cleared this area, and we'll be able to clear the next area moving forward. So next time we will be going into another place, and we might be swapping our cleric for a new cleric. And wouldn't that be exciting? So, yep, this area is completely cleared. So we can save the game, and we can look around. I want to check something. Ooh, hello. That is a Black Talon Elite. Well, let's find out whether the Black Talon Elite can hit me. I think there's probably more than one of these guys. I don't want to... You know what? I'm going to just charge him.
Yep.
If there's more than one, then... Oh, God. Life is hard. Life is very hard. Why are you using melee? Wow. What are they hitting on, anyway? Are these all 20s? How many 20s are you people gonna roll? Jesus Christ. That is way too many 20s. Okay, so that was a 19, so he can hit on a 19. That's good to know. So we did just save. Do we have this Black Talon Elite to deal with? Okay, so we're gonna have to pull this guy back if possible. If it's not possible, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, good. He is following. Which means that I can just get the one. The other guys are going to be nowhere near here by now. There we go. So we've managed to get into melee range.
What do you need? You want it? You've got it.
He's swapped to...
Spells isn't as easy as I make it look. I'm tired.
So what did he hit on? He hit on a 19. I might need to swap Kagain to... I'm actually not even going to consider not swapping him. So we're swapping him now to the +1 tower shield. Gonna give Bucky's buckler to her for no real reason. That's not good.
Tell me, I've got this.
It's very bad. Because okay,
Give it to me straight.
we do not want this guy to have the opportunity to attack someone other than Kagain. There we go.
You want it?
So that one's cleared. That is very nice. So we have some +1 arrows, which will be very, very useful. And we have a bunch of normal arrows, which will be useful as well. And I should have bought more bullets, actually, because... obviously. And we can identify these. We still can't identify those other ones. What do you need? That's okay, though. Now, what are we going to do? We are going to send Kagain out yet again. And he's going to pull again. Once he's grabbed the next one, we'll just pull it. So, one is attacking. I'm not sure if he's far enough. Okay, we're set. So now we just charge in. Ow! Don't roll natural 20s.
Tell me, you want it? You... Go, go, go!
And Kagan will continue to regenerate. He just will be regenerating half as quickly. Well, he's got this longsword. I don't know whether this guy can hit him on a 19. If he can, then this is actually going to be troublesome. You know what? It's nearly instant gas. There's no real reason not to try. Okay, there's only one left. So what we can do is we can have Kagan charge that one, assuming that we manage to kill this guy without him killing Kagan, which there's no guarantee of that, because this guy is getting a lot of attacks. Okay, so we are going to move the identify scroll to her. Actually, no, we're not. Where is this? We're just going to put it in a scroll case, along with all the other scrolls that we have. Why would we not? We have a scroll case, guys. Let's use it. There we go.
What you want?
I don't
Give it to
wanna
me
talk.
straight.
Did I take everything? Nope. Okay, so we're gonna have Kagan charge.
Yep.
I
I care not. I've done had enough.
We're gonna
of
hope he
this.
doesn't get shot in the face.
for the love of money.
For the love of money.
What if Tempus wills it?
For the love of money.
I
Great.
don't wanna
What do you
talk.
need?
Looking for him.
Hello?
It's a great battle cry. So we're going to... No!
My
Shit!
Baldur
Wasn't paying
must
attention.
play.
Hey! He's unconscious. Perfect. So we're gonna send her in. We're gonna go ahead and get a pot shot in. As soon as the electric effect goes off, we'll know that she's got her attack off. There we go. And he is now attacking Kagan. Ooh, shit. Wow. These damn 20s. He just keeps rolling 20s, man. He rolled 2 20s right there. Just 2 in a row. Boom, boom.
I'm gone.
So, I think I'm going to have Branwen cast a hold person. And I'm going to
What do you
cast
need?
a command with her because it's faster.
I've got it.
And he's held. Perfect.
I
Okay, so we're just going to walk in here and
Uh-huh. I'll do it.
beat him up. I'm not concerned about the arrow usage, actually, because we're getting millions of arrows off of these guys. As long as I'm not using magical arrows, I'm not concerned.
Tell me.
Okay, so we've killed these guys. We can pick up these arrows, we can pick up these arrows. And why is... Oh, this stack is full.
I care. I've done
Okay.
had enough of this.
So we're done. We have finished up these guys. Those guys give a bunch of +1 arrows, which is nice. So I still can't reach the bandit camp. We will have to find another pathway, which will mean that we'll be going to the Peldvale. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Next time we will go to Peldvale and kill more bandits. On to Peldvale. I hope to see you next time.